Hi again. At some point or other, we can all find ourselves working on an activity that may never seem to end. The more you try to complete the activity, the more your attention is going to be drawn to bright, shiny things. For instance, that could be things like the pile of unfiled paperwork that's sitting in the corner of your desk. Or is that just my desk? It might be that to your CRM. It might be the incoming mail sitting in your inbox waiting to be sorted and reviewed. Now, having so much of that type of stuff in your line of sight can become one of your biggest contributors to feeling overwhelmed. Yet we may not realise it and the effect that it's having on us at a subconscious level. In today's live, I want to share with you an idea that will help rid yourself of some of those distractions and help you become a bit of a time lord. Firstly, start by taking a good look around your workspace, under your desk, on your desk, your in tray, the corners of your office, or the cupboard where things get dumped. That out of sight, out of mind. Everything you're looking at will be causing you stress, frustration, and anxiety at a subconscious level. Now, for some of you, there may be a great temptation to defend the distraction. You may say, well, I know exactly where everything is, or what everything's for. But the truth is, when you put off dealing with these piles of things, what you're actually doing is you're creating a thought loop in your brain which keeps going around and around and around. And effectively, what you're doing is putting that thought into a type of holding pattern. Now imagine, what would happen if an air traffic controller left a whole lot of planes in a holding pattern around an airport and only allowed in his favourite airlines? It'd be a disaster, wouldn't it? Yet this is exactly what's happening in many workplaces. And it's no wonder people are finding it tough to manage both stress, frustration, and time. I'm reminded of a former client who told me that she was able to alleviate stress and frustration and gain more time in her personal life after she'd received an unexpected last-minute invitation to an awards dinner at which her brother was getting an award. Because she had excitedly rushed home after work, only to discover the dress that she was planning on wearing that night wasn't in her wardrobe, and she'd forgotten that she'd lent it to one of her girlfriends a few months back. And looking through the rest of her dresses, she realised that most of them were either out of fashion or didn't fit anymore. I know that pain. So embarrassed and in despair, but nevertheless hopeful, she actually called a friend who happily lent her a dress for the occasion. And when she went to return the dress, a friend told her she'd been in exactly the same boat and frustrated in the past because she was often late for things because she never had anything to wear in her wardrobe. And the fix she had found that worked for her was to have a big clear out. So she suggested to my client that she got rid of anything in a wardrobe that she hadn't worn in the last 12 months. And after following this advice, my client cleared out half the clothes in her wardrobe. And despite feeling miserable about the fact that she had so few clothes left, she discovered the very next morning that being able to say exactly what she had to choose from made getting ready a heck of a lot easier. Now, I don't know if you've ever noticed and wondered perhaps why some really successful people appear to be wearing the same type of clothes all the time. It's deliberate. And here's the thing, nature abhors a vacuum. Nature abhors a vacuum. And you'll find plenty of proof of this. For instance, if you were to clear out your garden shed, 2 weeks later, because nature abhors a vacuum, it's full of crap again. Or you put a table into a room, within days, it's full of dust, magazines or keys. Or in a moment of madness, you might buy the latest, greatest piece of gym equipment that's going to get you fit and in shape quick and easy, only for it to turn into a convenient clothes horse. Or is that just me? So whenever we have a clear out or make a vacuum in our lives, we're suddenly presented with a new opportunity and choices to fill that void. And the lesson here is to periodically put your teeth in, Kev, look at our lives and our workspace and clear out any unnecessary distractions and allow in new opportunities and new distinctions that will help us achieve our goals. And the best way to clear out distractions is through using the 4Ds. So, look at everything in your work environment and examine them from one of these 4 perspectives. do it. Is it something that's going to take you less than 2 minutes to deal with? If it is, then do it straight away. Delegate or outsource. Is there someone else you know who can deal with it more effectively than you? If there is, give it to them to do. Defer it. If it's something that's going to take you longer than 2 minutes, consider deferring it until later and get it scheduled for a future date. However, before you defer something, ask yourself, is this something I'm going to do myself, or is this something I'm going to give to someone else? And the fourth D is dump. When it's just taking up space, the best thing to do is dump it. And in your workplace, you'll find the majority of things that are taking up space are things you don't need to be there or up there at all. So, to recap, the 4 Ds: do it right now. It's going to take less than 2 minutes. Defer it to later. If it takes longer than 2 minutes, put it in your diary to do a review later. Delegate or outsource it to someone else that can effectively take care of it, or dump it. To help you with this, grab a copy of my workplace clearing checklist. Just say I want it in the comments and I'll get it over to you. It will help you decide what to do, what to defer, what to delete, or what to dump. And when you do that, you'll find how much easier it is for you to make decisions. And it gives you more time to get on with the things that you really want to be doing. And you'll be on your way to becoming a bit of a Time Lord. Now, this only works, so give it a go. Take this from theory to practice to mastery, because you will thank me later. Thank you for watching.